So last week, Friday, we had a conversation with current hype man for Stone Boys team.
2 weeks
ago. Or 2 weeks ago, I beg your pardon. Yes. Ogee, the MC. It's a great conversation that we had here on 3 Music TV. And of course, once Ogee is in the building, we'll definitely raise conversations around, his relationship with Ebony, the late Ebony, God rest her soul. However, this conversation really went that viral, and loads of people engagement, conversations around it. However, a few contradictory parts to it. Now, we'll definitely reach Ogee again after this conversation, but also a video that surfaced that drew, attention of our viewers and ourselves as well, which was the conversation with TV media personality Delay, where Ebony also had shared and spoken of the timing with regards to when he met her manager before her demise. That was Bullet, formerly of Rough and Smooth. So we got on a call with, we're getting on a call with Bullet, just to try and get his understanding as well. Sorry, his side of the story, to make a few clarifications with regards to the engagement with Ebony, as well as with the relationship with Ogee. Like I said, this has come to our desk, and it's worth having the conversations as we've heard one side of the story. So it's only right that we also hear the other side of the story, because unfortunately for us, she has passed on, God rest her soul again, and so she can't speak for herself. But of course, the persons who are engaged or who were engaged with her, one or the other, can't speak to this. So this morning, we are honored to have my very good friend, former manager of Ebony, Bullet, join us live on the show via phone. Good morning, bro. How are you? Bullet.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, by His grace, I'm doing very fine. I'm doing very fine.
Awesome. So before we jump into the convo and ask all the questions that I have, bugging my head this morning, let me throw us back to the video from a conversation with Ogee, and I'm sure you might hear that via phone as well, when he narrated how he met Ebony and how you also came into the picture. Someone might say, why are we bringing this back? But it's a very important conversation to have, because, of course, like I'm saying, Ebony isn't here to speak for herself. So we can only piggyback, on things she has said in times past, as well as what is happening present. So let me go back to this video from Delay, where Ebony speaks to her on the time that and how she met you, if viewers can watch.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Now focus on music. Yeah. And opinion. Okay, this was how many years ago?
That was 2014.
Just about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Into 2015, and me share Bullet,
okay.
Rough and Smooth, and it was right about this. Cause time I'm catching up, and I was like getting to December,
okay.
Into early 2015, and I'm share my manager like Bullet of Rough and Smooth.
It's where share Bullet. On the record, like first proper single,
yeah,
which is Enyumbe.
That was Dance Floor. That was the first song I released here.
And yeah, like I said, open we jai school.
Not me focus on music.
Now focus on music.
Yeah.
And opinion. Okay, this was how many years ago?
That was 2014.
Just about 3 years ago. Okay.
Into 2015, and me share Bullet.
Okay.
Rough and Smooth, and it was right about this. Cause time I'm catching up, and I was like getting to December,
okay.
Into early 2015, and I'm share my manager like Bullet of Rough and Smooth.
It's where share Bullet. On the record, like first proper single, which is Enyumbe.
That was Dance Floor. That was the first song I released. Here.
Okay, so Bullet, I'm sure you also heard there's a few inconsistencies to the story. So I'm sure you've also heard this and the video that went viral, and I know we had our conversation before that as well. But let me just start off with how you met Ebony, and when and where.
Okay, so I think I met Ebony around the early part of 2015.
Early part of 2015.
Ogee,
okay.
The early part of 2015. Very early, I think it's in January 2015. And Ogee introduced her to me. Okay, so what happened is that Ogee met her a week let's say, so Shiano last week, like then, like it was like a week interval. Do you understand? Like he met her, he met her in a club.
So that must have been in December 2014 then.
No. Ogee met her in January 2015.
Oh,
a
okay.
Week after he introduced her to me. So it was a week interval. I said, well, share will be just 1 week time, and we'll be home or introducing the mother. That's it.
So, but before that, had he discussed with you how long he had known her, or what their relationship was in terms of friendship, if I can say it, for what their friendship was?
He just told me that I met this guy a week ago. Ogee told me he met her a week ago.
So
it's not like he has been with Ebony for a year and all that. It's not like that. Ogee is lying. I listened to the interview and I was like, why is this guy lying? Why? What is he trying to achieve? What is Ogee trying to achieve? Why can you sit on a big platform like Three Music and lie to the people of Ghana? I mean, like, why will you lie?
So you were saying,
I mean, Ogee should take Ogee should take pride in just he even linking Ebony to me. He should take pride in that he's the one who linked Ebony to me. But he shouldn't go around trying to portray the picture that he's the one who discovered Ebony. He's the one who groomed her and a whole lot. It's never true. I don't know what he wants to achieve. I mean, it's
hi, Bullet. I don't think that Ogee said he's the one who groomed. As much as possible, I would want us to get it right so that we are not misconstruing or saying anything.
So Lenny, hold on.
No. Ogee's been going around, not just on your platform. I mean, he's been going around. He's been saying that on other platforms. That he discovered Ebony and he worked with Ebony for over a year or close to a year before he introduced Ebony to me. But it's a lie. Ebony even said it in the interview.
So let me find out. After about a week of Ogee meeting Ebony and introducing her to you, what happened afterwards? What was the agreement between all three parties?
After that, I didn't hear from Ogee again.
Sorry, Bullet, I think you're not. Yeah.
Hello?
We can hear you now. Yes, you were saying.
I didn't hear from Ogee again. Ebony blew up. So it's not even like Ogee was still working with me or working with Ebony then. It's not like that. I met Ogee Baron One's house. And that was even the first time of me meeting Ogee. So I was talking. I have a label that I'm working with other artists, but I'm now looking for a female artist. And he was like, "Oh, meaning, Gaby last week. I met this girl last week, so I can introduce her to you." And Ebony called me I signed Ebony with just a voice note. When Ebony called, I told her to sing a song to me on my WhatsApp. And she sent it to me. Ebony didn't have any song. Ebony was just a raw talent. Ogee said Ebony he recorded 3 songs for Ebony. That 3 songs also recorded with them.
I think he said that he has sent Ebony, he sent Bullet a song, guys. Yeah. So you did not receive any song?
He sent 3 songs.
Yeah.
No, it's never true. I don't know why he's trying to rewrite history. I mean, come on.
So it was a voice note. What was in this voice? Was it just her singing to you or talking, or what exactly was in the voice note?
When Ebony called me, I said, "You have some songs that I can listen to." And she was like, "No, I've never been to a studio. I don't have a song." And I was like, "Okay, you know what? Just sing any song that you like and send it to me on WhatsApp." And she did. And I heard her voice. I was like, wow, this is a talent. Ogee doesn't even know how I even signed Ebony. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't even know how I signed Ebony. So
I'm going back again. I'm going back again to the voice note. So you did not receive any song from any recorded song from Ebony, be it a performance clip or nothing of such sort.
She didn't have any song. She didn't have any song, and Ogee is not even the one who sent the voice note. Ebony sent it direct to me.
Okay, so directly
sending him like 3 songs. On from my out, you should bring it out. Okay, these are the songs I recorded for Ebony. On from my out.
Okay, so let me move on beyond that. So you said that after receiving the song, after engaging her, you had no engagement of any sort with Ogee as part of the team. Is that true?
No, Ogee has never. He's never been part of Rufftown Records.
Well, at that point in time, what was what?
And Ebony was not even called Ebony then. Do you understand?
Yeah, listen.
People say Ogee saying again, who a friend is saying, he's even struggling to get a girl's name. So later he just gave me the answer of being the best friend. That's it. So later Ebony told me, sir, like she have this artist name called Persian Bird. Like I'm like Persian Bird. I'll give you a good name. I'll give you a name because of your dark skin and all of that. I'll call you Ebony. Do you understand? After that, man, Ogee can't build. Ebony blew up and he came around. And he started taking pictures and videos.
So Bullet, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Within this grooming stage of Ebony before the release of the first hit song, did you know about maybe the friendship between Ogee and then Ebony? Were they cool? Were they hanging out? You know, I mean, you were label CEO.
Yeah, like they used to hang around, but not too much. Not too much. Yeah, not too much, because after the introduction, Ebony was with me throughout. Like, Ebony was with me throughout. You know, but it wasn't like they were very, very close like that. It was not like that.
Okay, and
they were not too close like that. Even before Ebony died, Ogee and Ebony not only Ogee in Kasa. Do you understand? Like,
what happened?
Discredit me.
Yeah, what happened? You said they were not on talking terms.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? You said they were not on talking terms. Do you have any idea what brought about their what's the word? Yeah, their squabble.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, later come on. It's something I don't want to even disclose it. Yeah.
So they were not talking.
No, they were not even talking. So they were well-liner. It's a lot. But let's talk about the.
He said that he said that I think he picked the keys in our conversation with him. He picked the car keys from Ogee's end before she embarked on that journey. On that,
bro, we'll talk about that later. I'll come to this here. We will go deep into everything. But what I'm trying to do right now is the lie that he's going around saying that he gave me 3 songs and all that, and he worked with Ebony for a year before introducing her to me. That one is a lie. I just want to correct things. That's all. Do you understand?
Has led. Are you on talking terms with Ogee?
No, for the past, I've not seen Ogee for the past 6 years because he stole from me. Ogee stole from me. Since then, I'm even looking for him to arrest him. Since then, I've not seen him.
Wow.
Before we get into that, Bullet, so I remember when Ebony passed, there were some screenshots that were flying around, and we were told that it's a conversation. It was the last conversation that Ogee had with Ebony at the time. Okay. Because you're saying that they were not even on talking terms and all of that, it sort of also just makes me wonder that were these curated, and then at the time as well, no one came out to say that Ogee and Ebony, were not on talking terms. Everybody went through, the process of the mourning and upholding him as Ebony's friend or hype man, right? So what would you say about those incidences that also happened even after her passing?
When Ebony passed, there were so many rumors going around that he was a lesbian and all of that. I mean, like, you heard that rumors of, yes. So it was even good for the brand that Ogee was even acting as a boyfriend. So it was good, like, it was good for her. It was good for Ebony's brand.
Not as a boyfriend. The messages were not as a boyfriend, girlfriend.
There were other rumors that Ogee was Ebony's boyfriend. Maybe you didn't hear that.
Okay.
So it was good. We didn't want to say anything about it at that time.
So it is, as you stated, one of the reasons why you split. Before that, did you at any point in time officially engage maybe Ogee on Rough and Smooth? Sorry, Rough and Smooth on Rufftown Records.
The only time I left when the show came around. When the show is the person who recommended me to employ Ogee as his road manager. Before that, when everybody was around, Ogee was never working with me.
Within that period, were you guys okay before Wendy recommended that Ogee should work with you?
Yeah, I was okay with Ogee. Like, he's been my boy. I was okay with Ogee. But the whole thing is, when I was working with Ebony, Ogee was not around. He just did the link up, and that's it. Till Ebony blew up, that's when he came around. Oba no abeditra videos, no about what else? Oba abeditra videos. And the last time I think that he called me and said he wanted to hype for Ebony on stage. It was this show, Golden Movie Awards. Ogee, that be the first time Ogee tells me that you want hype give Ebony. But after the show, I was like, no, this guy, because if you're a hype man, you need to stand behind the artist. But Ogee was like the main front man, and Ebony was behind her. And he messed up the show. Ogee really messed up that show. He even went on stage to call Ramsey Noah, and Ramsey Noah flexed them. So after that, I called Ogee and I was like, look, don't ever try to hide for Ebony. Do you understand? So he was around, but it wasn't say he was working for Ebony as he's claiming. Also, Juma for Ojaji Bia Ebony. Let Ogee show videos with Ebony in the studio on camera, and he even said, the first time Ebony was going to leave the country, Ebony. He doesn't even know that we shot Poison and Turn on the Lights in Dubai. Because on him, you see, I'm not against him, but he should take pride in even being mentioned in the story of Ebony. It's not just BB Kitwa on our Lenky Ebony to me. It's a big something that you should take pride in it. But you shouldn't go like, I'm the one, I worked with Ebony for a year, I sent bullet, 3 songs, and all of that. It's not true. That's what I'm trying to correct. And some Okikana, it's not true. You should take pride in he being a link man. What shall will be 1 week, you introduce the person to a label boss, and you are going around saying that you worked with her for a year, close to a year. I mean, you heard about it.
Sorry, Bullets. So I've been I've been following the conversation, and I just wanted to clarify something. Now, you mentioned earlier that the first time you met Ogee was when he mentioned Ebony to you, because you mentioned in conversation that you wanted to sign. You had been working with a few people, but you wanted to sign a female artist, and that was when he mentioned to you that he had met. You said she wasn't called Ebony at the time, so I wanted to find out, because while Ogee was here, he also mentioned that he knew you, and then I think through conversation, that was when you mentioned that you were looking for a female artist to sign, and even suggested that after listening to the song, suggested that you guys should sign, say, oh, Ogee, the girl that we for sign her. So but you're here saying he doesn't even know that you signed. So I want to find out your relationship with Ogee prior to that.
You see, the very first day I met Ogee, that be the first day he introduced Ebony to me. Like, he mentioned Ebony. That was the first. We were at Barawan's house, our investor at that time. And Ogee was there. I met Ogee there. So that be the first day I meet Ogee. They know me say, I know Ogee long time ago. That be the first day I see him. When he introduced himself to you, I'll be hype man. I'm like, okay. Then Robert will have a show coming up. We're going to try you and see if you're good. So honor the chef here, and we even took him on stage to hype for us. And we are even the first people to take Ogee on stage as a hype band, to have a hype band artist. So you know to say, they meet down the road. That's the first day I meet them. Do you understand?
So, what has led to the, the breakout or the fallout with you and Ogee, even when Wendy had invited him to join the camp?
Okay, so you see, Ogee is this funny guy that, you like him. He's somebody that when he's around you, he can make a lot of jokes and all of that. So Wendy and Ogee became friends. So Tama, Ebony, we are now Wendy bar around now after a year of Penassemen. So he recommended that, boss, I want Ogee to be my road manager. And I was like, look, Ogee, the pictures and videos on him show. I'm not sure Ogee can be your road manager. But I was like, okay, let's try him. So that is when I engaged Ogee. I gave him a car. Listen to me. I gave Ogee his first car. He was driving some Toyota Corolla. That is when I gave him that car. Gave him his first ever visa to the UK. Gave him money to even buy a ticket. So Ogee go London, and where we started work. So the time we can do the first ever show concert, I gave him and some other guys money to go rent like all this logistics for the stage. They go chop the money. Ogee go chop the money. If he says I'm lying, he should come. He go chop the money. That's where the fallout come from.
So he didn't. So you're saying that he didn't use. So you're saying he didn't use the money for the intended purpose.
He didn't use it, so the show flopped. And I had look. When I count, Ogee the better me so.
How much?
Million subsidies because the show flopped. I had taken money from sponsors and a whole lot. Of flopping a whole shape concert. If I'm not lying, and I can never lie on him, that be when Mary Shelley Pocratch, Since then, with Daniel and who said he's been following Stoneboy and a whole lot.
Bullet, what would it take? Bullet, what would it take for you and Ogee to settle whatever it is that is going on? Because you have said that he's a likable person, and you've worked with him, on and off in the past, based on what you were saying.
I just worked with him when you say project for just like 2-3 months, and I'm flopping a big time.
When he was with Ebony, you were not working with him. You guys were. If I mean work, you guys were.
I was never working with Ogee when I was working with Ebony.
Okay, but what would it take?
After the introduction, I didn't see Ogee again. The only time I saw him was when Ebony blew up. And over videos.
Okay, you've said
Ogee
you said
like,
that part a lot.
Ebony 3 songs. I want Ogee to bring those songs out. The songs that he recorded Ebony.
Okay, Bullet, what I want to know is what it will take for you to call truce, maybe sit, have a conversation, and if it's possible, find a way forward if you want to. What would it take?
You see, first thing Ogee has to do is stop lying. That story that he's trying to rewrite, that history that Ogee is trying to rewrite, you should stop it. Because to blow up an artist is not easy. When I was even fighting media houses for them to play Ebony song, where was Ogee? He should take pride in being the link man in this Ebony story. That one is okay. He shouldn't go around telling people he knew Ebony a year ago and he's the one who recorded her first, like 3 songs and all of that. What Ogee is doing right now is he's trying to discredit me. And that's very gross. He's trying to discredit me. So you should stop that.
So is that
after Ebony died,
so is that to say that
and Ebony not the after that they're not there. This side when you say yeah, open for now they'll blow another artist. Has he stopped discovering artists? Where is that skill not so discoverable in a way? If you stop doing that, I don't grant interviews because of one of. You should stop doing that. He wants to discredit me. I really worked out on the Ebony's project. I still have money that I borrowed from people that I'm even trying to pay. So you should stop that.
Is that to say that there's no way you and Ogee are going to maybe have a conversation and kill whatever?
I'm looking for him to arrest him for messing up my show.
No, beyond the arrest. Beyond your seeking him to arrest him. I'm asking beyond your seeking him to arrest him. Don't you want to have a conversation with him and then you guys will be on, the same level and you can sort out whatever reason you want to arrest him?
I've moved on. You know what happened after flopping when the show? He went around telling people so many lies about Wendy and Ebola. So even though he's a funny guy, he's fun to be around with. He's a very bad guy. Did he even mention in the interview? Did he even mention the things I did for him? He did not tell anybody. I'm the one who gave him his. Okay, he said I'll put him on as a hype man first time, but he even tell he didn't even say something. Men am the day, man. All he did in the interview was to discredit me. Okay, listen to the interview very well. He was just trying to discredit me. That's all. Now all your honest of so discredit me. So and you mean put a year born in or no, and then a year Jumana or then a mommy. So how can you discredit somebody like me? It will be a lot for you.
But,
so he's not a good guy.
One thing I'm wondering is obviously Ogee is not here to speak on what he's saying. So this is.
I'll be the one who are linked about it to him.
Yeah. Okay.
All the interviews Ogee is doing is to discredit me. That's all. I worked hard for Ebony to blow up. It wasn't just something that came. I worked hard. I invested money. I groomed her. I wrote 95% of her songs. I gave her the name Ebony. And after she passed, I've also done it again. I have the biggest female artist now. So it's something that is in me. It's not that it's by chance. Do you understand? You should stop going around trying to rewrite history. The history has already been written. He can't do anything about it.
Jason has a question.
He will be mentioned.
Yes.
Ogee will forever be mentioned in the story of Ebony. But as a linked man, that's all.
Hold on.
He linked me to the girl a week at Oceano. That's all.
Okay.
It should end there.
Hold on right there. Jason has a question. Jason, shoot it quickly for us.
I mean, I just wanted to know if during their relationship, that period, if he came to him with any concerns. Because one thing I've seen about relationships breaking down is sometimes people feel left out. It could be anything, maybe personal issues, maybe feeling like he deserved more, maybe being on a salary. Again, these are just examples I'm giving. But the thing is, did he come to you with anything that might have caused, him dissociating, or, as you're saying, the accusations he's making of spending his money and all these things? Did Ogee ever have like a heart-to-heart conversation with him of what he might have been going through that led to the things he did? Or is he just standing on the fact that Ogee was just not a good guy?
Are you talking about the time he worked for Wendy Shea, or because with Ebony, he never worked for Ebony? Hello?
Yeah. So I think he's making reference to...
Are you talking about the time he worked for Wendy Shea or Ebony?
I mean, during the time you guys worked together, did he ever come to you with any personal issues, but maybe him feeling like he deserved more?
You see, the only time me and Ogee worked together was with Wendy Shea, when I started Wendy Shea's project. Yes, he had problems, and I solved most of the problems for him. And he was on salary. I used to even give him money for his mom and I did the whole lot for him. Yeah, I did. I even gave him a car. I'm the first person to give Ogee a car. And I'm not even bragging about it, but I just want people to know that I did a lot for that guy. I gave him his first visa. I gave him money. I paid him. He was on a monthly salary. Yes, everybody has problems. You pay so, yeah, but then they give us say we will go steal money or something. No. I did a lot for him. So if you have a problem, you don't even have to steal.
So I think maybe what I'm very sure this would definitely spark a lot of conversations across so many media platforms to get to the bottom of this. Hence, Lenny asking about resolving this issue. But are you really championing this arrest conversation?
Come again, I didn't hear you.
Are you really championing this? Are you following up on this arrest conversation, or should we look at bringing both parties into the house to try and see if there's a possible way to resolve this?
You see, ever since he messed up when this show, and we done a call Stoneboy on me, only be. So he's been hiding behind Stoneboy now. But may not my cool, so but for him to start granting interview to discredit me after all I've done, I did for Ebony and I did for him. And I'm not saying workful, but then I don't think it's right. You can grant interviews, what you say, but tell your story.
Bullet.
I'm the one who linked Ebony to.
Yeah.
I'm the one who linked Ebony to Bullet. That's all.
Point well made.
Her name. I groomed her and I did everything for her.
Point well made.
You I arrest him. Believe me, I'll make you know. Millions of CDs of floppy show. And we didn't even call around trying to grant interviews. If he says I'm lying, you should come up there when
I would get a reaction from Ogee on this conversation. So please hold on with the arrest conversation. We are all industry folks, but let's make sure we clear the air. Dead men don't talk, so we don't have Ebony here to speak for herself.
You messed me up. You messed me up big time. Then you want to discredit me on top too. So
calm down for me.
Arrest him, you understand my pain and what he did to me. After messing my show up, you are not going around trying to discredit me, all the work that I did.
I understand.
I mean, if you are deep and you listen to his interview, That's what he's trying to do.
I understand. We'll let the emotions rest. But my time is gone on this. But I will have to speak to you off air. Let's get this conversation. The other parts that, of course, we couldn't discuss live on air here because they are very extremely sensitive. Of course, also paying respects to Ebony as well. But Bullet, thank you so much, and I'm very sure that I'll be calling you again. Because I want us to have a conversation on this to resolve this as much as possible and get to the bottom of it. So I'll please, on behalf of everybody, just say that please hold on with the arrest issue. Let's have an industry conversation around this to be certain.
If I can't pay the money, or I'll go arrest them.
Yeah. We'll look into that. But my brother, thank you so much. Before I let you off though, I know you have new things coming up as well. But congratulations on that collaboration with Wendy and Mavado. You guys put up something really crazy. It's a leading conversation to the album, I presume. Just to wrap up a conversation on this with you.
Thank you, my brother.
So we are expecting an album from Wendy soon, aren't we?
Very, very soon. Yeah, mad album.
I trust. Thank you so much. I hit you up in a couple of minutes off air as well. But we've been talking to CEO of Rufftown Records, Bullet, also, sharing a few concerns about the conversation that we had with Ogee as well. So I'm sure this is not going to be the end of this conversation. Definitely, there are a lot of things going to come out of this. But we are hoping for peace to prevail. That's at the end of the day.